What's up, everybody? Today is Friday, and I have a special message for everybody. I've been pondering what I wanted to do in this video, and in just the last 5 minutes, it hit me. A bright idea. I decided that I want to play fantasy football. But not just any fantasy football. I always play fantasy football. I want to play fantasy football with you guys. Now, some of you guys probably watching this video, maybe, I don't know, you don't really know what fantasy football is. Maybe you know what it is, you just don't want to play it. Maybe you don't want to play because you're not good at it, or that sounds rude. Maybe because you want to play because you don't think you're good at it. You just haven't had a whole lot of success, or you know somewhat about fantasy football, but you don't really know a lot of the players or teams that play nowadays. Um, I'll help you out by saying you can't draft Peyton Manning. Um, you could if you really wanted to, but I wouldn't advise it. The dude's kind of retired. Um, don't draft Tim Tebow. I know he's a great guy, but he doesn't really play. He's into baseball now. I don't know if you've been watching Sports Center lately, but he plays baseball, not football. Uh, but no, that's what I wanted to say was I was thinking about it. I normally play in about 3 fantasy leagues. I'm not in any right now so far. I've been kind of lazy about um, getting it together and doing leagues so far. I'll probably do one with my dad. We always do one, and some of his friends. I don't really know. I know some of them, but I just play. I think I won that one. I don't know if it was last year or one of the years. I did really good, or I made it to the championship. Um, I usually do one with my friends from school or stuff. I haven't really done one of those so far yet. We've only been in school 3 days. Um, and then I usually do one with some people from church. I did one last year, and there's usually about one of those that I don't really doesn't get run very well. But I'm gonna try and make sure this is not the one. What I want to do is, if you guys want to play fantasy football with me, or I don't know, let's say you'd be interested maybe, but you need to know more about fantasy football, or you need to be updated on it, or whatever. I'm going to try and take out all the excuses. I'm going to try and do a video in the next couple days about fantasy football. That is, if I get enough people that want to play, or maybe someone that wants to play, but like I said, they just need a little more info and they need a refreshing on it. I'd be glad to just talk about it. Like to talk about rules or whatever the basics. I don't care. I had one friend that played last year because we needed one spot to fill, and he said he'd love to play. So we get there on draft night, and he doesn't know how to get to the draft. He doesn't know how to draft players, but he won about what was it? How many games were in the season? Like 6-6. He didn't do bad actually. There was several games where he didn't even fill in all his players, but the players that he did have were good. I think he had like Odell or Antonio Brown or somebody, and he won like half his games with only half a roster. So you don't have to be spectacular. What I've seen in pretty much every year that I've played, it seems like the newest people always have the most luck. One year I played with my mom and she won the league. Uh, I think the year that I started out, I won a league, not the one I was just talking about. Um, and then last year's league with my church, I don't think Jordan, my brother, won it, but he got up to the championship and then lost. But I think fantasy football is pretty fun, and so you should too. So even if you don't sport or you don't football or whatever, no, I'm sorry, I have grammar. No, even if you don't like all that stuff, I encourage you. You should still play. It's gonna be fun. It doesn't have to be competitive. I mean, it can depending on who joins. If I get all these people that you know are going hardcore, like I'm a competitive person. I love to be competitive. So if it needs to be that way, it can and it most certainly will. But if I get some rookies in the league, some noobs, it doesn't matter to me. It can be fun just to chill. I'm thinking of whoever wins. Maybe we might do. I don't know. First, I just thought maybe a shout out, and I thought, well, I only have like 20 something subscribers. Shout out might be kind of lame. I mean, if you only want a shout out, you can. You could get featured on a video. I thought about that. That'd be neat. You could just be in my video for a day or whatever. Even if you just want like a 10-second clip with your name on it, like I do sometimes. Or you could have the whole video about you, you know? I also thought maybe I could just sit down and interview and talk to whoever wins. Unless I win. Now, I know that might look bad since I'm going to be the commissioner if I win, but I'm thinking about doing a 10-man or a 12-man league. So that's only like a 1/10 or 1/12 of a chance of that happening. So not that I'm going to try not to win, but I'm definitely going to try to win. If I win, I'll probably still do something special. I might just talk about some of the people in the league in general, just to be kind of fair, just to be fun. So, if I win, I'll probably interview, like, let's say, second place, whoever made it to the championship with me. I think that'd be the fairest way to do it. So yeah, don't know really what else to say. I just kind of rushed into this and started talking about it, but I think it'll be really exciting. It's going to be interactive, which is one thing I like. So I'm very enthusiastic about this because it gives me a chance to just kind of do something with you guys that are watching instead of just feeling like me talking to my phone. I feel like I'm actually talking to you guys in this video, and we can do something, you know, play some football. Comment or text me if you have my number. I at least need some kind of email I can reach you by to send you an invite to the league. I'm probably going to use ESPN. I think I used Yahoo like the first year I played, and it was alright, I guess. No, actually, I take that back. It wasn't that year. It was the first year, but I kind of got locked out of my Yahoo. Excuse me. I got locked out of my Yahoo account, and you know, it was that whole thing about you lying about your age to say you're over 13, and I was only 12, and so it needed like some kind of was confirmation is the word, I think, confirmation code, and I couldn't get it because I couldn't get to my email. It was just a confusing process. So long story short, I didn't get to check my team, and I think I won one game the entire year, probably against someone that also never changed their players around. But you can join, I think, with the app. I think all you have to do is go to your email and join the invite. If I sent it to you, you can play with the app on your phone, Apple or Android. Because I have an Android, I think I've seen it on there before. It should just be Fantasy Football on ESPN. You can, if you have a computer, laptop, whatever. I'll probably update like my players weekly on my phone, but I think for the draft, I'm gonna try and do it on my laptop. That'd be fun. I'm thinking about doing like a live stream-ish, and just videoing that. Now, don't think I'm gonna talk about any players that I want. I'm gonna be very careful and not revealing about who I draft, but I'm definitely gonna make it interesting. But just something to look back on so you guys can watch, those of you who aren't in the league. But like I said, I advise that anyone who even has the slightest bit of interest should join, just to make it fun, you know. I'm thinking about taking, yeah, like I said, 10 or 12 people. After 12, it gets pretty deep, and you start drafting a bunch of the nobodies that get like 3 or 4 points a game maybe, but any less than 10, and it's like the NBA All-Stars where everyone, or like the Warriors, you know, you're gonna have several people on your team scoring 20 or 30 points or 40, I don't know. You're gonna get, you know, OBJ and Antonio Brown and Drew Brees and the Seahawks defense, you know. So I kind of like it to be balanced, you know. So if so, just comment on this video or any video, I guess. It makes sense to comment on this video. I don't know why you'd comment on another video. Like I said, text me, email me. What is my email? I guess I can put it on the screen. My email's thedew82@gmail.com, but the is with an A, because I made this when I was like 13, and back then I was a baller, so ballers spell it with A. They don't spell it with E. That's too far down in the alphabet for ballers. So, yeah, even though ballers has an E. And, never mind. So just let me know. Join my league. Be very fun. You know, we're just gonna have a blast. I can send out more details to the people that play in the invites, or I can talk about it on video, whatever you want. I think I already have 2 or 3 people that I talked to that we're definitely gonna play. So it might go quick. So just ask that you guys get in on this as quick as you can. I'd love to have a bunch of people want to play. I'd rather have that than, you know, nobody. And if it gets down to it, I might make the league bigger. 14, I think one of the leagues I did last year was 14. It was alright, but really don't want to go to that. I'd like to do 12 at max. 10 probably would be ideal. So, I'll see you guys later. And in the meantime, go do some fantasy football.